Hello everyone and welcome back to another Nerdbender YouTube video. So, happy bonfire night to all of you, if you are living in the UK, because if you didn't know, bonfire night is a thing we celebrate in the UK. It's where we burn the effigy of a guy that tried to blow up Parliament a long time ago, and we're celebrating that Parliament wasn't blown up. Yeah. That's bonfire night in 10 seconds. So, today, I came back to a video that I watched a couple of months back. You'll see it on the screen now. It's a video called Desert Island Gaming. It's by predominantly Nintendo YouTuber Scott The Woz. And it was a video where he picked 5 games that he would take to a desert island. I'll explain the rules and stuff in a little bit. And yeah. So I watched it when it first came out, and ever since then I've been thinking about it for myself on and off. It hasn't taken me 3 months to come, or 3-4 months to come up with my chosen games. It's just something I thought about, but never quite stuck on enough to get 5 games. But I do have today another presentation where I'm going to show you the 5 games and discuss why I have chosen those 5 games. Just before we get into it, I will show you 5 games that Scott selected himself. He selected Animal Crossing Population Growing, or Animal Crossing GameCube as it appears to be better known by most people, Grand Theft Auto 5, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Super Mario 64, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. If you want to find out why he picked those, then you can always watch the video for yourself. But now, let's get into what I chose and why I chose them. And some of my choices you'll probably be able to guess. I don't think there will be any that will come as a major surprise to you. Just, I don't think you'd be able to predict all 5. But yeah. So here we go. My Desert Island games. The rules. So, you are stranded on a desert island. You are allowed to take 5 games with you. You don't have to worry about the TV or the consoles or anything. I'm gonna say, for argument's sake, they are sorted. Just heard something. Heard what we set off a lot today. Fireworks. So I apologise if you can hear any of them throughout the video. It's not in my control. Yeah. So, rules. 5 games. And any platform you want. Although, some rules. You cannot pick games based on their online features. And we're assuming internet on a desert island is not very good, or non-existential completely. Yeah. So you shouldn't pick games based on the online features they have, and you can't pick games that are played entirely online. But that's okay, because I wasn't planning to pick Fortnite anyway. Don't even like that game. Why would I pick it if I could only play 5 games? So, The way I'm trying to, anything else I've forgotten? Oh yeah, no game compilations allowed. And because there can be a bit of grey area with what's considered a compilation game, I believe Scott said it himself in the video, that counts as a game compilation if it's clearly intended to be a game compilation. So something like Super Mario All-Stars, clearly a game compilation. However, something like Animal Crossing Population Growing, yes, you can play NES games on it, but it's not intended to be a game compilation. Those NES games are just bonus features. So, shall we get into my picks? So, my first pick, it's about as obvious as we could get, really. But I thought to myself, I'm going to have a lot of time whilst I'm on this desert island. I need a game that I can play for a long time and not get bored with. So, that's where game number 1 comes in. Football Manager 2020. So, beta just came out on Thursday, and we were expecting it to be released today, but they dropped it early. It's been a fun play so far, and yes, I've noticed with all the football managers I've played, you can play them for a long time and they're still fun. And you can make them last even longer if you want by paying even more attention to detail. But yeah, considering I spent just under 700 hours on Football Manager 2019, I think it would be a good idea to bring Football Manager to the desktop. I've picked the newest one, fairly obviously, just player up to date and newest features and stuff. I mean, I don't really think you can make an argument for any previous Football Manager being better than the current one. But yeah, so game number 2. It's actually a game that hasn't been released yet, which I don't know if that's allowed in this, but nothing saying it isn't allowed. So I would say my all-time favorite gaming franchise. It's in the background behind me. As you can see, the background that I showed you before. I mean, to help if the webcam was pointing on a bit more. There, you can see it a bit better. Yeah, that's my Animal Crossing collection. And yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons comes out on the Switch later on in just over 4 months' time. And I cannot wait for it. Animal Crossing is so amazing, I need to fix it. Yeah. I mean, I love the Animal Crossing games, and it's a game that you can log on every day and definitely get at least an hour out of it every day if you want to, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. I mean, often in real life I don't do that because I have other duties to take care of. I don't need to say, I hope, but if I was given the time, then I'd definitely play a lot of Animal Crossing. I just realized I haven't even switched sides. What a numpty. Yeah, so given the time, I would definitely play a lot of Animal Crossing. I mean, and looking at the graphics so far for New Horizons, it's the first mainline Animal Crossing game in HD. and I have to admit it does look beautiful, not even gonna lie. And my only slight reason to not pick this game was I was thinking maybe because the game is set on a desert island where you are alone, would that maybe trigger a bit of the negative emotions that come with living alone on a desert island by playing the game? I feel like also being able to talk to the animals, it's someone to talk to, I guess. But yeah, that's more a theme I will come back to later. So, yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons. For me, a must-have for on a desert island. Now, game number 3. I mean, I don't feel like you'll guess it, but when you see it, you won't be surprised. Because it's a game I've played a lot. But it's sad to say I've never actually beaten the game or got anywhere close to beating it. Because I'm not actually that good at it. Yeah. That game is Minecraft. Yeah. I've never beaten Minecraft. Well, technically, I have done on creative mode, which I think we can agree it does not count. Although I would appreciate if it did. And yeah. And I feel like being on a desert island, I would have time to practice the skills that you need to be better at the game, and I would develop better understanding of the game. One thing I haven't decided is what platform I would have Minecraft on, because as you probably know, Minecraft is on just about everything nowadays. I think it's even on the 3DS. It's on the Switch, on the Xbox, on the PC. You think Raspberry Pi even has a version. I think it's buttoned, but could be wrong on that. And yeah, I feel like open world games on a desert island are a very good idea because it's just a world where you've got plenty of time to do whatever the heck you want. Yeah, so game number 4 now. What did I get to pick? Oh yeah, yeah. So, as you probably know, I am a lover of the Wii. A child of the Wii era, technically speaking, born in 2005, which I guess comes into it. I mean, I was 4 when Wii Sports Resort was released. I think I was 7 when Mario Party 9 was released, so it was definitely around during the Wii's best days. And alive before the Wii even came out. Don't remember anything, but I'm still there. Yeah. And I still play the Wii every day. But the one game that I play the most is Wii Fit Plus, because it's just still so much fun. And particularly now, given that we're in winter months, it's just nice to be able to do a bit of exercise. You don't even need to do it, but yeah, it's just fun, and yeah. However, it's not Wii Fit Plus I'm taking to the island. We Fit You. Now, disclaimer, I've never played We Fit You, so I'm not guaranteed that this is a good game. By the same virtue, I haven't played Animal Crossing New Horizons, so we are taking a chance on 2 games for this Desert Island trip. Yeah, so I've put Wii Fit U because it has everything that is in the original Wii Fit. And Wii Fit Plus, I think, minus some activities. But there's also a lot more activities. So I feel like I would be less likely to get bored playing Wii Fit U than Wii Fit Plus. I mean, I don't get bored playing Wii Fit Plus just for like half an hour every day. But I imagine on the island I'd probably want to play it a bit more than half an hour a day. So yeah. Wii Fit's a great game, so I imagine Wii Fit U will also be a great game. But yeah. No guarantees. But I imagine it would be good. And the last game. So I've gone between 3, even potentially 4 different platforms so far. Haven't stuck to a platform with a game, and that trend continues as we enter the last game. I will let you guess. I'll show you the system it's on. There you go. Sorry, I just dropped it on my coin. Yeah, if you didn't already know, it's a 3DS. So, and I'll give you a clue. Wasn't crazy enough to put Animal Crossing New Leaf as well. So, I think as the other 3DS games, I'll just give you a few seconds. I mean, some of you know me. What game would I have chosen? Right. I mentioned earlier in the Animal Crossing New Horizons that being able to talk to the animals would make me feel less lonely. Well, that trend comes back here. The 5th and final game I would take would be Tomodachi Life. Because, to me, it's a really fun and quirky game. And you have a lot of great humour in the game. It's very light-hearted and very fun with comedy. And if you didn't, it's a game where you have an island of villagers and they all live in an apartment and you go between them and sort of watch over their life, and you've got a few different ways you can interact with them. It's like The Sims, it just also isn't in some ways. Yeah, so I feel like having this game, it would definitely take away the sense of being lonely, because I'd have the random personalities of all the island inhabitants. I mean, hopefully if you played Tomodachi Life before, you can understand what I'm saying, because it probably doesn't make a lot of sense to somebody who's never played the game. or never seen it. But yeah, it is very fun. I I do have slight suspicion that it may get boring after a little while, because I'll admit from playing it, the jokes do get a bit repetitive after a little while, because they didn't program the game with infinite jokes. It's kind of hard to do that. Yeah. And something else that I thought, because of it, I don't know if this would be cheating, but because I now have a 3DS, I must have the Street Pass Plaza, which would mean I'd be able to play, at a minimum, Street Pass Quest and Puzzle Swap. And yes, I wouldn't get a lot done if it was just me on my own, but I'd be able to get 10 play coins every day and, cheat and set the clock back and stuff like that, so we can get coins of 2001 and stuff like that. But yeah, and you never know, maybe we'd be able to buy the other games that have come out for Street Pass over the years, such as Street Pass Mansion, Battle, Garden, Sword, and then there's new ones that came out, I think 2 or 3 years ago. I haven't actually ever played them. I don't feel like there is much point in buying them now, because where I live, nobody takes their 3DS around with them anymore, as far as I'm concerned. But thankfully, I have another 3DS, or 2DS, technically speaking, so I'm not totally left up, and I know there's ways you can hack the 3DS so that you can get Street Passes and stuff, but I have not yet done that. I will probably do it at some point, just not yet. So, those were my 5 picks. I'm thinking other games that I might possibly take. Maybe a Super Mario Bros. Game, or just a Mario game, like Odyssey or Galaxy or 64 or whatnot. I'd maybe take Wii Sports Resort, because it's still one of my favourite games ever. Maybe even my favourite game ever. Love that game. What else? Yeah. We'll leave it at that with the solo games. Mention you. You probably won't have anyone with you either. There's no online. But if there were other people there, then I'd definitely take multiplayer games. I mean, the ones that I enjoy. Like the party games off the Wii. The Wii was the golden generation of party games. Wii Party and stuff like that. I mean, I know Mario Party 8 and Mario Party 9 get a lot of hate, but I love both of them. And it would be so fun just to play them. Wii Sports would be another one. I think that maybe takes Smash Bros. Ultimate. Probably a Mario Kart game as well. I'm sorry I don't give much thought to non-Nintendo games, but I don't I don't really play many games other than Nintendo games. I mean, I have PC games and stuff, and I have old games off the Xbox, but they're still games that you can buy on the Switch or the Wii U or the 3DS. And yeah, so I think I'll leave it at that for this video. We haven't had any fireworks go off, so that's a moral victory. Yeah. So feel free to comment what games you would take in the description. Feel free to criticize me for taking a game when I should have taken another. Feel free to agree with me. Feel free to understand my opinion but still go with another game instead. Feel free to just be like, what the hell are you doing there, Benji? And just pick up, instead of 5 completely different other games. Feel free. It's a topic that is about opinions. And it's very hypothetical. And I do think I would like to do more videos like this where we talk about hypothetical scenarios. But yes, let's not talk about the future too much. We live in the present. So, right. That is it for this video. The next time I see you will maybe be the 8th of November, or Friday, as you might prefer to call it, where if I'm lucky and I got it to work, recording the Switch, don't know if I'll be able to get it to work again, but if we do, I'll be doing a video where I take my first look at Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games 2020, at the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. Yeah, it's the first Nintendo game I've pre-ordered in nearly 6.5 years. Last one was Animal Crossing New Leaf. But yeah. Thank you for watching. If I see you on Friday, then see you on Friday. If not, then I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll do a video where I talk about Football Manager 2020 in a bit of depth. Because I could tell you about the save I'm doing, tell you about what I think of the game so far. But yeah, this video's dragged on. See ya. Bye.